Chapter 36. Yasin. In the name of God, the kind, the caring. Seen. By the wise Quran. You are one of the messengers. On a straight path. The revelation of the Almighty, the merciful. To warn people whose ancestors weren't warned, so they're unaware. The verdict against most of them is equitable, because they don't believe. We place shackles around their necks, up to their chins, so that their heads can't move. And we placed a barrier before them, and a barrier behind them. And we wrap them up, so they can't see. It's the same for them. Whether you warn them or not, they don't believe. You warn only whoever follows the message and fears the invisible compassionate. So give him the good news of forgiveness and a generous reward. We give life to the dead. We record what they did, and their traces. We keep track of everything in a clear database. Give them the example of the inhabitants of the city, when the messengers came to them. We sent them 2 messengers, but they rejected them both. So we reinforced them with a third. They said, "We're messengers sent to you." They said, "You're only humans like us, and the merciful revealed nothing. You're lying." They said, "Our Lord knows that we're messengers sent to you. Our duty is to communicate clearly." They said, "You're an evil omen for us. If you don't stop, we'll stone you and punish you severely." They said, "Your bad omen is with you. Is it because you were reminded? In fact, you're outrageous people." Then a man came running from the outskirts of the city. He said, "O my people, follow the messengers. Follow those who don't ask you for payment and are themselves guided. Why shouldn't I worship him who created me, and to whom you'll be returned? Should I take gods besides him? If the Most Kind intends harm for me, their intercession won't avail me, nor will they save me. Then I'll be led on the wrong path. I have believed in your Lord, so listen to me." He was told, "Enter paradise." He said, "If only my people knew how my Lord forgave me and placed me among the honored." After him, we sent no soldiers from heaven against his people. Neither do we. It was a single explosion, and they were extinguished. What a disgrace! Whenever a messenger came to a community, they ridiculed him. Didn't they consider how many generations we destroyed before them? How did no one return to them? All of them, every single one of them, will be presented before us. There is evidence for them in the dead land. We give it life, and we make it produce grains, which they eat. We made palm groves and vineyards grow, and we made springs flow, so that they eat its fruits, although their hands didn't make them. Won't they be grateful? Glory be to him who created all the pairs of the earth, and themselves, and what they don't know. Another sign for them is the night. We strip the day from it, and they're in darkness. The sun is heading towards its destination. That's the design of the Almighty, the knower. And the moon, we determined its phases, until it returns like the old twig. The sun can't surpass the moon, and the night can't surpass the day. Each glides in orbit. Another sign for them, we carried their ancestors on the laden ark. And we created for them the like of it, on which they ride. If we willed, we could drown them, and their screaming won't be heard, and they won't be saved. Except by mercy from us, and enjoyment for a while. When they're told, "Pay attention to your past and your future, so that you may receive mercy." Never did a sign come to them from their Lord, but they turned away from it. When they're told, "Donate from what God gave you," the unbelievers say to the believers, "Why should we feed someone whom God could have fed, if he had so willed? You're obviously misguided." And they say, "When will this promise be fulfilled, if you speak the truth?" They can expect only one explosion that will seize them while they argue. They won't be able to make a will. And they won't return to their families. The trumpet will be blown, and they'll come out of their graves, rushing to their Lord. They will say, "Misery to us! Who woke us up from our resting place?" This is what the merciful promised. The messengers spoke the truth. It will be a single explosion, and they'll be quickly brought before us. On that day, no soul will be wronged even in the least, and you'll be recompensed only for what you did. Today, the inhabitants of paradise are enjoying themselves. sitting next to their spouses on comfortable sofas, relaxing in the shade. They'll have fruit and everything they ask for. Peace. Spoken by the merciful Lord. But step aside today, you criminals. Didn't I command you, O children of Adam, not to worship Satan? That he's your declared enemy? And to worship me? This is a straight path. He led masses of you on the wrong path. Didn't you think? This is hell that you were warned about. Roast in it today, because you disbelieved. On that day, we will seal their mouths. And their hands will speak to us. And their feet will testify to what they did. Had we willed, we could have taken away their eyesight. They'll struggle along the path. But how will they see? Had we willed, we could have crippled them, so that they could neither go forward nor backward. To whomsoever we give a long life, we decline his development. Don't they understand? We didn't teach him poetry. It's not suitable for him. It's a reminder and a clear Quran. To warn the living, and to confirm the sentence against the unbelievers. Didn't they think how we created their cattle, our handiwork? We tamed them for them. So they eat some and ride some. And they derive from them other benefits, and beverages. Won't they be grateful? Yet they take gods besides God to be helped. They can't help them, although they present themselves as troops for them. So don't be saddened by what they say. We know what they hide and show. Doesn't man consider that we created him from a drop? Yet he becomes a bitter adversary. He invents arguments about us, and he forgets his own creation. He says, "Who will revive decayed bones?" Say, "He who originally produced them will revive them." He knows every creature. He who produced for you fuel from green trees, with which you kindle fire. Isn't the creator of the heavens and the earth capable of creating such? Of course he can. He is the all-knowing creator. When he wants something, his command is, "Be," and it becomes. Glory be to him who controls everything, and to whom you'll be returned.